Insurance companies are not interested in body shops like mine. Big guys are necessary. It's necessary in business.
Yeah.
Like, I don't put that much energy into hating on people. I really don't, bro.
Yeah.
Because I have other things to worry about. And I would never give you that much of my energy. Do I dislike the game? For sure. But it's a game, bro. You can get out whenever you want. Get the fuck out.
You chose it.
You don't like the game, get the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
But this is the game.
Yeah.
The game is...
What's going on, everybody? So on today's show, we have none other than Ryan Bruno. Ryan, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks for having us.
So Ryan's the owner of Stilswang. Did I say that right?
That's right, man. That's right. Just like
Stilswang. That sounds like some exotic sexual thing, but it's not. He owns a collision shop, auto repair. You do everything with. Man, I went to your shop, bro, and it was like you guys were restoring some older cars. Man, they look nice.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, super nice.
Thank you.
I'm kind of glad that I met you guys and went to your shop rather than where I used to take it, because they ain't got nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're very few and far between. But yeah, I own a auto paint and collision center here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of everything, but our main focus is collision.
Bro, you're killing the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Ryan, I think this is your first podcast, right?
Yeah, this is my first.
This is my first too. So we're new at this.
We're good.
If I screw it up, don't get mad at me. I'm just kidding. But I'm glad you came on today, bro. Like the reason I wanted you on the show is because we did take some vehicles to your shop, and I seen you guys had a really nice system, and I was like, this dude's professional. He's getting on game. Like, you know, you're marketing yourself and all that stuff. And I was like, I got to have him on a show because you're legit. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're learning, you're up and coming. You've been in the game for a bit. But Ryan, so were you born in Phoenix?
Yeah, born and raised Phoenix, Arizona.
What area?
North Phoenix.
North Phoenix.
Yeah.
So you're a privileged kid.
You're
a white privileged kid that looks brown. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely, bro. I'm everything you want me to be.
That's right. Is it Bruno? Is that Italian?
It is.
Are you full Italian?
I'm not. I'm half Italian.
What's the other half?
The other half is just American. No, I'm playing.
It's all kinds of things?
No, so my dad's full-blooded Italian.
Okay.
And my mom is half Mexican, half white.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so you're North Phoenix, like what area? Because I was born and raised in Phoenix.
Yeah,
as well.
no problem. I grew up off of 7th Street, Union Hills.
Okay.
I went to North Canyon High School.
Yep.
Shout out to the Rattlers.
Rattlers.
Yeah, I went to North Canyon High School. Graduated in 2003.
Okay.
But yeah, stayed there for a majority of my childhood. And then once I turned 18, I was gone, man.
Yeah.
I moved out as quick as I could.
So why'd you do that?
Like any young man, right?
You thought
Just need to get out.
You were like, I want some freedom.
Yeah, I just need to get out. Actually, kind of was like running into a little bit of trouble over there, so I needed to leave.
So you were getting in some trouble in high school?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, like any young man, right?
Well, you're over there by that candy store, bro.
For sure, dude. For sure, right by the candy store. I don't even know how long that place has been around.
Been there forever,
ever since I've
bro.
been a kid, man, that place has been popping.
Been there, yeah. I mean, they built new stuff all around it. That thing's been there forever.
Yeah. We used to, before the 51 was built, I was never over in that area, but my grandparents lived over off of like McDowell and 48th Street.
Yeah.
And when they built the 51, we used to drive that way down Union Hills to Cave Creek and then over to Bell and up to jump on the 51. But we would always drive by that place.
Yeah.
And I used to joke with my mom when I was a kid and be like, "Oh, my dad took us there and we got candy." Well, I didn't know, And I think that's every kid from North Phoenix, right? Will be like, "Oh, we've been to that store."
Yeah. I never been there, but for anyone listening, the candy store is it like a stripper joint or something like that?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, topless or stripper or something like that.
It's a strip club.
And it's called a candy store. It's been in that corner forever.
It sure has.
And
man.
they've built around it and everything,
Yeah.
and it's just like the same old little building or whatever.
Yep. Same old little building.
I wasn't big on candy stores. Not that type. But so like so you said you were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
What kind of trouble were you getting in? I
I
mean, this is fair game. There's no statute. There's statute of limitations, bro. It's gone. Everything's gone.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that could go on with you as a young man. Right?
Yeah, totally.
You're 18, filled with testosterone, all the courage in the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was just getting in trouble like any young kid, fighting, creating enemies, that type of stuff. But I was actually involved in some pretty serious stuff when I was 17, 18 years old. But I ended up leaving my parents' house because someone shot up our cars.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's kind of the backstory of how I got into the collision industry. But
so you were dealing with some Northside gangsters or what?
yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't call them gangsters, man. Just
But they were shooting guns.
They were shooting guns, right? So in North Phoenix, people have access to all types of stuff, right?
Yeah, you got for anyone listening, North Phoenix. I mean, it's kind of normal now, but back then, when you thought of North Phoenix, it was a little bit more money, a little more privilege.
For sure.
Well, I guess you would say if you were in the rougher areas, it'd be more of a white neighborhood type place.
Right.
Now it's just like anywhere else.
Yeah, there wasn't too many brown kids in my school.
Yeah.
I was called all kinds of names as a young kid, right? Not really understanding.
Yeah.
What those meant. I would come home with those words, and my parents would be like, "What the hell?" Nah, but my parents are from Phoenix too.
Yeah.
And they grew up centralized a little bit, so they moved north, right, for the better
what area
raising environment.
Where'd they grow up from? What area?
So my dad is from around this area. Actually, he went to Cortez High School.
Okay.
Right, and then my mom, she grew up over off like 48th Street in McDowell, and she went to a high school that's not there no more. It's called East High.
Yeah.
And they tore down East High for
I know exactly what it is.
202, I believe.
Yeah, that's long. That was before I was born when they tore it down. Yeah, because it was Phoenix High School or whatever it's called. That was 7th Street. There was a bridge there at one point. Phoenix Union High School, East High. There was only a couple high schools.
Yeah,
like a few. Right.
Yeah. So my mom, that's where my mom went. But when my parents met, they lived in one of my grandparents' houses that they had, which they never sold that house. But it's at the base of Camelback Mountain and shit. Like back in the day, no one knew that those houses would turn into what they're in now, right?
Totally.
They probably bought that house for like 20 grand, right?
And
now you drive by it and it's like 2 million.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, But they ended up getting rid of. My grandmother sold that house, and my parents moved up north, and that's where my parents raised me and my brothers and sisters. So I got into trouble as a youth, and then when my when that unfortunate event, my house getting shot up, I was kind of in some danger. My dad was like, "Hey, you know what? You should probably get out of here, because I don't know what these guys are capable of, and why don't you go move in with your grandma?" So that's what I did. So when I was 18,
he's like, "Let the bullets follow you where you go."
Yeah. So I went and moved in with my grandmother.
Well, because now you're putting your other siblings at danger.
For sure. Right. And they're all and I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
They're all younger than me, right?
Yeah, you're putting them in danger.
So I moved from that situation. It was for the better too, right? I'm glad he did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I left as soon as I could. As soon as I was 18 or old enough to make my own money, I got out of there.
Yeah. So you moved back to your grandma's, and so your grandma, what area did she live in?
Right off of 35th Avenue in Butler. So that's in between Dunlap and Northern.
Yeah. That's kind of rough still, right there.
Yeah, it was a little bit, but it was cool, man. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of drugs, but
there's drugs everywhere though.
For sure there is. I mean, luckily for me, I never dabbled, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's good.
Drugs ain't my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a cookie cutter guy, right? Like, I drink, I'll smoke cigars,
Yeah.
I've smoked tons of weed, right? But I don't get down like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't ever anything. I never had like an addictive issue.
I thought you were high when you came in, bro, with those dark glasses.
Everybody does, right?
I'm just kidding. Those Louis V's.
Thank you, brother.
Those look nice.
Thank you. But yeah, it was a rough area, but if you know how to navigate, you know how to navigate, right? So you just stay away from that stuff.
So you're 18, you get in a little trouble, you get the house shot up.
Yeah.
Your dad's like, "Hey, dude, like you're exposing all of us. Get the hell out of here."
Right.
Nicely. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you. If you get in some trouble, call me.
Yeah. Basically.
Just imagine though, like as a parent, he's got to tell you to kind of kick rocks. You're not listening anyways. And he's like, "Damn, I hope nothing happens."
Yeah. And
you're like, I'm Superman.
Right. I was a little mad, but it was for better because my grandmother, there was nobody living at my grandmother's house. It was just my nana and tata.
So only them two could get shot up.
Right. But they figured if I moved that far away, right, they wouldn't find me. But obviously I still had the same circle of friends.
Yeah.
But that's actually how I fell into the industry.
Really?
Yeah. So, when I graduated from high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And after the cars were shot up, we needed someone to repair the car. And at the time, I was driving a 95 Cadillac Eldorado.
Okay.
And I bought it from my tata. So
Nice. No, low miles, cruiser.
Low miles, right? Low miles. My tata always drove Cadillacs. Always, man. Ever since I was a kid, he never had any other cars. Until he got older, he used to, he traded his Cadillacs in for a van. That's because he played music. And he was always involved with music with the church. Him and his family owned a Baptist church in South Phoenix. So my dad and his brothers and my tata, they all grew up in the Baptist church playing music. So when my tata was out of his Cadillac phase, he went to the van because he was moving a lot of equipment and things like that. So, but I ended up buying the Cadillac from my tata, and how I got into the industry was the car was shot up, right? Unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but they hit all 4 of our cars. And
so all 4 of your cars at home, at your parents' house?
At my parents' house. All the cars got shot.
Dang.
Yeah. So we needed someone to fix the Cadillac.
Yeah.
So when we made an insurance claim, they were like, hey, we have such and such body shop to fix your car. And not knowing anything about collision at that time, or auto paint and collision, the first thing that came up in my head was, well, let me take it back to Cadillac so that they can paint it, right? So I took it back to Cadillac, right? And that's kind of how that little move right there, going away from what the insurance company recommended to going to a shop that I chose, right?
Yeah.
That's what helped me understand the process, and then ultimately get offered a position, within that company at Cadillac. Right?
So you took your car to Cadillac, and they're like, hey, I like you, young kid.
Kind of.
Oh, they didn't like you at first?
No.
Were they dodging bullets too, bro?
They weren't, right? Okay. They weren't. So check it out. So I took my car there, get it fixed, and I go to pick it up. And this is a true story, right? This is for real. I went there, dropped it off, went to pick it up. It looked like trash.
Bro, we believe everybody with
right?
glasses.
I'm like, this car I tell these people this car looks like trash. And backstory on me, only reason that I knew so much about automotive paint was, we had to circle back to like when I was like 9 and 10 years old. I was detailing cars with my dad.
Yeah.
Every weekend I would detail
cars with my dad. So you liked cars. You always liked cars.
I liked cars. I knew about cars. So that when someone doesn't fix your car right or your paint right, I kind of knew off rip, right, that wasn't correct.
Yeah, that's like dog meat.
So they're like, oh, we're sorry. Let us get this handled.
Hold on, so Cadillac screwed up the repair.
Correct. They screwed up the repair. So they're like, hey, leave it. We'll fix it. Okay, cool. So I leave it. They call me a day later. Hey, your car's ready to go. It's all ready to go, right? I go down there and pick it up. I'm like, you guys didn't even clean it. It looks horrible. There's swirls in my paint. I'm not taking this. So then I tell them I'm not accepting this, right? No way. So, okay, let's get this fixed.
You're like, do a clay bar buff.
Right?
Like,
so then I come back for a third time. Hey, it's ready to go. And I'll never forget, like, the dude's name, Steve, who was the estimator at the time.
Damn it, Steve.
I know, right? I don't even know if he's in the game anymore, but shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve, where he screwed it all up, then hired this kid.
Right? So I ended up telling Steve when I got there to pick up my car, like, hey, tell those guys in the back that they suck.
Yeah.
Straight up. I was like, tell those guys in the back that they suck. I'll do better with my eyes closed. And he really went back there to tell these guys that, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm a young 18-year-old kid sitting on the service drive of Coulter Cadillac here in town. And here come, a couple grown men.
Yeah.
Walking up the drive to deliver my car.
Yeah. After you just told them they all suck.
Yeah. And one of the guys comes up to me and he goes, I heard there was a young kid up here talking crap about our work. Is that you? And I'm like, oh man,
More bullets.
What did I get myself into right now? I need to shut up. And that's my problem. I've always been, talking a little too much.
Hey, it's helping you now.
Right. So I was like, yeah, that was me, man. That was me. You could have done a lot better. And he's like, you told Steve that you could do with your eyes closed. Well, put your money where your mouth is.
Oh.
So
that's a lesson.
Right. So I'm like, no problem, bro, no problem. And he stopped me. He's like, you looking for a job? And I'm like, no, I'm not looking for a job. And at the time, I was like working for a local skateboard shop here in town. Shout out to Industrial. They're not around anymore. But I used to work at Industrial. And that was an awesome job. We can go back into that later. But I was like, I'm working at a skateboard shop. And it's cool. He's like, skateboard shop. He's like, And I had never been propositioned like this before. You know, I'm a young kid around other young kids working at a skateboard shop. You don't get these type of opportunities all the time. So he propositioned me in a way that no one had ever talked to me before.
Yeah.
And
you're at a professional environment.
He says, listen, I like your attitude. I like what you can see on these cars, and you can do better. Why don't you come and work for us? I'll pay you more than what you're making now. And if you stay with me for 3 years, I'll give you a trade that you can go anywhere in the world and do.
Nice.
You can make hundreds and thousands of dollars a year doing this, but you need to come and commit to us. I'm like, at the time, I'm like, I don't know about this, bro. I'm working for some guys in some shops, right? So I was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, just remember, you'll get a trade that you go anywhere in the world, you make $100,000. So I was like, whatever. So he's like, just take the application, right? So I think about it, like 2 weeks goes by, and I talk to my dad. He's like, I had the Cadillac turn out, they fixed it good, and I talk it over with my dad. And I've always had a good relationship with my dad. I talked to him about a lot of stuff. So he said, Ryan, I mean, you don't want to go to college. You don't know what you're going to do in your life. You're not going down the right road.
Yeah.
Right?
You're getting high, getting shot at, and working at a skate shop.
Why don't you try it, see what happens? So I went back 2 weeks later, and he's like, the guy, his name's Jay. No,
Jay.
Not Steve. Steve was the estimator. Jay was the painter who ran the paint shop over there. I went back and seen him. He's like, I thought you're never coming back. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. He's like, so you want the job? I'm like, I want the job.
Nice.
So, you know, from, that was like 2003, the end of 2003, I got on board with Coulter Cadillac and stayed there for just over 3 years, barely over 3 years. Started out in their detail buff department, started buffing cars for the painters there, and then worked my way up through that.
And he was right.
He was right. So I stayed there for 3 years. He wanted me to stay for longer, but I'm like, I learned how to paint quick because I picked up on things quick. Once I learned how to paint and I knew I could paint and I believed in myself, I was gone. So at that 3 year mark, I told him, hey man, I got another offer to go paint. I'm going to go over there.
Yeah.
And I did.
Where was that at?
At another local shop here in town. It's called Ultra Collision.
Are they still in business?
They're still around. Yeah. They've exchanged owners a couple times. But I went over there directly after Cadillac and painted.
Yeah.
And I remember going in the interview with that guy, and he was like, are you sure you're a painter? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, because I was young. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, man, I can paint. And sure enough, man, he's like, oh, you can paint.
So you had to go back there and show him.
Right, so I had to go back there and show him. Typical, and it was the same thing with the first job I got, right, as a buffer, right? I had to show him.
Just imagine, like, if well, there's a couple of things, you know, say you didn't take it, right?
Yeah. Where
you would be. You definitely wouldn't be where you're at today, right?
No.
And imagine, though, that you didn't go to your dad for counsel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Imagine, like, think about all the people out there right now where they have these opportunities at their hand, right? Like right in front of them, and they can't even ask someone, what do you think about this?
Right.
You know, should I take that move? Should I, you know, yeah, it's outside of what I'm doing, but this could be life-changing. You know what I mean? So many people miss that opportunity. Yeah. Because it looks different. Yeah. Because it looked different for you. Yeah. I mean, you're a young kid. You're at a skate shop. Mm-hmm. You're chilling. Like, you know, you're. Yeah. I don't know how you were, but if you worked at a skate shop and you're getting high and shot at, you're chilling. Yeah. You know? Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, and you literally pivoted to work at a professional. Cadillac's professional. You know, it's not like freaking Mazda or something. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and but so many young adults today, they don't take that opportunity. No. You know, especially like he told you, like, hey, you'll get a trade. You know, I always credit that I started in drywall. Well, I mean, I still do drywall, but I give credit to the trade. Yeah. Because I got good at something and no one could take that away. For sure. Nobody can. Once you learn something, listen, people can fire you. I never really been fired, but they can demote you. They can do all kinds of things, right? Yeah. But once you learn that trade. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That knowledge stays with you. That skill set stays with you. And you can take that wherever you go, you know? Right. Maybe it doesn't always look the same, but so I tell people, like, learn it, learn the skill, like, quit chasing the dollar, you know, chase. I tell people, chase the position, chase that. It's that knowledge is what I'm trying to say. Like, chase that, that'll get you the dollar. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, a lot of kids want that dollar first. And it was a hard chase at Cadillac too. Like, for the record, they didn't just let me come in there and start painting. The only way I learned how to paint was after hours on your own time. So back in those times, like early 2000s, those painters were making
150K a year, but they would work from like 6 a.m. till like midnight, bro. And in our trade, when we painted cars, it was all commission based. It was all flat rate. So the more you painted, the more you made. So those guys were just painting cars. And they're like, well, you want to learn? You better stay late.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
They weren't going to give me nothing, bro. And that's the world. Like, you ain't going to get nothing, dude.
Yep.
You're only going to get what you put in.
No, it's true. What you put in is what you get out. That's the principle of sowing and reaping. Mm-hmm. It's in the Bible. Call it karma. What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people too. I'm like, go work under someone for free.
Yeah.
You got all the time in the world. Just go work for them for free. Yeah. What is it called when the kids come from school and go work at a company?
Intern?
Yeah, go intern for somebody for free or for minimum wage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people won't do it. Like go learn. It's the same thing when I came up, bro. Is I was at home reading blueprints on my own time. I was drawing the blueprints on my own time, you know. And the kid, like the guys today in like my industry,
yeah,
they won't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking everybody. Not everybody's that way, but most people, they won't do it. I'll be like, hey, take this plans, take this thing, go on your tablet, go whatever you're going to do. Learn it as much as you can. Yeah. If you suck at computers, practice every night.
Right.
Get good at it. And that takes on your own time because that's where the commitment comes.
Yep.
Anybody can get paid to do anything, but when you put in your own heart and soul and your own blood, sweat, and tears into it, that is where the value comes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I love it, bro. So you started killing it at Cadillac. You leave Cadillac. You go to other place. Mm-hmm. At what point are you like thinking, hey, I kind of want to go on my own?
Yeah.
At what point in this game did you start thinking that way? Did you always have an entrepreneurial mindset, or you were just kind of like that grinder?
I was just grinding at first. You don't, for me, I mean, everybody's has their own path, but for me, I just wanted to grind and make some money at first.
Yeah.
And get good at a trade. And that's what I did. By trade, I'm a painter. I've painted over, close to 20,000 vehicles in my career.
Is automotive painter? Is that what it's called?
Correct. Automotive refinish technician. So I can match, any OEM finish on the market.
He's not lying.
We can match that, and I can match that. There's not a color out there I haven't sprayed. I've sprayed them all.
Bro, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Like legit.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, we work hard on that. And I don't paint anymore. I got a crew full of guys now, but I got the right people in the right spot to produce the right product.
Yeah. Well, they're a reflection of you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Because like I said, we took a couple of vehicles there, guys, and knocked it out of the park. The vehicles I seen sitting there, top notch, second to none.
Yeah.
I mean,
appreciate it.
Yeah, walking in, the shop's clean. The lady at the front desk, really nice. Mm-hmm. Like that's a reflection of you. You know what I mean? Some places suck. I'm telling you, the last place I went to, like a dump, a dive, like a pig's pen. I don't want to degrade them. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's a piece of crap place.
Yeah. That stigma plagues our industry a lot. Automotive, is it friendly? Is it clean? Are they going to take care of my car? Are they going to fix it right?
Yeah.
Do they have the technology or information to even fix my car right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are they using the right parts? Like you said, OEM parts. Are they? They're telling you it's OEM, and they're getting something at the Chinese place on Buckeye or whatever.
Yeah. They're all around, man. Yeah, they're all around, man.
Yeah.
There's a market for it all.
No, there is, but like you said, is you want to keep it professional, keep it legit, keep your word. Mm-hmm. Is that something like getting that way? Is that just something you learn to like how to be from watching, say your the people you learned underneath, the companies you learned underneath, or just kind of like, were you always like that? Where like, say you're young Ryan, and were you the type of person that wanted to make everything organized and neat, or you learned to be that way?
I learned to be that way. Yeah, I learned to be that way. When I was, younger, detailing cars with my dad is probably what made me become like really crucial on at least how a vehicle looks.
Yeah.
I'm very crucial of vehicles. There's not very many cars that impress me these days. But I'm very crucial of vehicles. And once you find a craft that you love, probably similar to you too, you get very crucial of yourself and you want it, your way.
Yeah.
So, and your way, it takes a while to find that way, to find the right way, to find the wrong way. And you got to make those mistakes as you go. Luckily for me, before I started my business, I worked for some of the biggest body shops in Arizona. I've worked for shops that make, $200,000 a month. I've worked for shops that make $1 million plus a month, right? So there's all different types of body shops or collision shops here in the Valley. And I've worked for a lot. Like you could ask a lot of managers out there and directors out there. Like Ryan has been around, you know.
Yeah.
And I have, and I've always been a gun for hire. You know, I've always been a painter for hire, and that's because when I get into a place when I was painting, you know, I got so committed to my craft that I would usually outperform my peers.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, to speak negatively on them. It's just my goal was to be the best at my craft. And I would be the best, man. I would paint, you know, 10 cars a day, you know, and very, very minimal, you know, issues on those vehicles. But with that type of, you know, that type of intense regimen, you that's where you find your craft.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get 10,000 plus paint jobs under your belt, right? Einstein has that saying, right? Like do it 10,000 times or something like that.
Yeah.
Be a professional at anything or something, right? That was my whole goal, right? Just to do it so many times that I became so good at it. But the parts and the customer interaction and then the insurance company stuff, that was a whole other game that I needed to learn. And I'm still learning that as I go along. But I did know that we could produce a product similar, if not better, than any of one of our competitors.
Yeah. I like that though, because you're like, hey, I'm going to go, it's kind of like a journeyman type person. I'm going to go learn from all these places. I'm going to compete against everyone.
Yeah.
Because it made you better each time.
For sure.
You had to step up your game. Maybe you went to a different shop. You had to step up your game.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
There's a guy killing it there. You're like, I want to take him out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Every shop I've only been at there's only like 2 shops that I've been at where I was the top painter, because when you're a painter at a body shop, a lot of painters don't leave, right? So there's not a lot of turnaround with painters. There's turnaround with body techs, because body techs can kind of go and wherever they want and get paid what they need. But a good painter will stay where he's at.
Yeah.
And the only time another shop hires or a body shop hires another painter on top of the good painter that they already have is because they have too much work.
Yeah.
And they need to push it out. And the one painter they have can't get it done, right? So that's how I always came in second position. But then, you know, my flag was in the sound. And it wasn't like I was trying to take over that guy's role. I just... You know, I'm here to paint cars and make money.
Yeah.
And in our game, the more I paint, the more I make.
Yeah.
Right. So I was just painting cars.
See, that's good too, is because so many people, like you said, the more you paint, the more you make. So many people today want to make more and do less.
Yeah.
I had a guy come to me one time and he's like, hey, how can I make more and do less? I only want to work 24 hours, but I want a $10,000 raise.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, listen, bro, it don't work that way.
Yeah.
You know, maybe for some people, but not when you're in a trade industry,
right?
We're using your hands and stuff. Like, you got to put in the time.
For sure, man.
You know what I mean? You're still going to work a 40-hour week or something like that, you know?
For years,
right? 40, 50, 60, whatever it is, however that looks. And, but like you said, is you put in the time, and for these young people watching, or even older people, like, put in that time. Like, you have to put in that time, because the more you do, the better you get, the more money you make. That's all it is. The more, you know, I emailed someone this morning, and they sent me an email like 5:30 in the morning. It's on a big project we're doing, and they kind of instructed our team to do something that was totally incorrect. I mean, it was ridiculous, right? And so I emailed them back like, hey, listen, like, you listen, stupid, you know, like, come on.
So nicely.
Yeah. Listen, stupid.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, listen, like, I lean on me.
Right.
I have all the experience, bro. I have 26 years in the trade. I have over 1,000 projects completed under the Extreme banner. That's a lot of construction projects.
Yeah.
Not including the ones when I wasn't an owner.
Right.
Right. Lean on me. I have the experience. Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Right. And so my experience allows me to say that. And allows them to trust me.
Right.
The same thing what you're saying is, the more experience, the more you do, the more you put out, the more money you make, the more you're trusted.
Yep.
You earn the trust. The trust is given because they say, you know, Ryan's a badass dude. Ryan knows how to paint everything. Ryan, they're the best. The trust is there because you've proven it.
Yeah.
So everyone who's out there, you got to prove it.
Yeah.
The bottom line.
Yeah.
You have to prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you think like a lot of people are out there, like today you see it, you're on social media. There's a lot of unproven people that are trying to do things.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't knock nobody, man.
Bro, listen, quit being fake and get to work.
Yeah. I don't knock nobody. I mean, you know, I stay in my lane, bro. I stay in my lane, but I hope that everybody makes it, you know, but
there's but you got to put in the time.
Time will tell, man. Time will tell.
Yeah.
You know, I don't plan to be here for, you know, for a short time. I want to be here for a long time. I'm not going to live forever, but the product I'm going to put out is going to be top, right? And I think that anybody that gets into any game, you know, drywall, construction, painting, you know, anything you want to get in, just do your best, man, to be the best, and you'll make it. And it's not always about, you're not going to get those quick returns with the money, man. I know the money, we're super driven on money right now, and I think money can kind of cloud our judgment when we're trying to get after a goal, right? So especially as a young man, you know, you get stuck on social media, you'll get stuck on different things, and we're only going to, you know, people are only going to be posting the good stuff, right? Yeah. You know, I came on this podcast, you know, because it's not always good, right? There's a lot of hurdles we have to go through every day. There's a lot of ups and downs I go through as a business owner, and I'm sure you do too, Chris.
Totally.
You know, that's not all fucking jumping rope and grabbing ass.
Yeah.
It's not, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's some real decisions you got to make. There's some sleepless nights you're going to have. But if you keep showing up every day and doing your best, it's going to pay off. But it could take 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
It could take you 10. It took me 10. It took me 10 years in my garage. And I wanted to quit many times, bro. There was many times when I was working at another shop making tons of money. Like, why am I going to work in the garage after hours? I'm making tons of money over here. Right? Plenty of times when things are thrown in your life, right? To, you know, derive you from your dreams. You know? I think that we all have dreams as a young man or young woman, bro, or any type of human in general, bro. We all have dreams and aspirations on what we want to do. We just kind of got to hone in on that and be serious, man. If that's something you want to do, be serious about it and do it. Yeah. The world is filled with all different types of things, you know, and more options are becoming available every single day on how people can make money, you know, transact funds. There's all different types of way you can do this, you know, but go after what you want to go after what you believe in, and you'll be paid for that handsomely. Yeah.
Like you said, though, you got to put the time in.
Time, man.
Put the time in. Don't play around. Put the time in. Some people get lucky and hit it out of the park. Yeah. Very far few in between. Yeah. You know, don't like, yeah. I don't plan on hitting it out of the park and starting something new. Yeah. I plan on putting in the time, doing it right. And if I hit home runs, cool. Yeah. But you still got to you got to build that foundation. For sure. That strong foundation. Yeah. I think in anything we do in our lives, there has to be a foundation. Whatever it is, marriage, business, your job, whatever you're doing, there has to be some sort of foundation. This podcast, this whole thing we're doing, we got a little foundation going on. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's that time builds that foundation. Yeah. You know, do you think that people should do what they love to do, or people should do what makes them the money to do what they want to do?
It's a tough question, bro.
Well, what do you think?
For me, I can only speak on me. I did what I love to do.
That's exactly.
So can I tell you to do that? Sure, I can tell you to do that because it worked for me, but I don't know if it's going to work for you. You know, your life and things you have going on are different than things that I have going on, right? So for me, I loved cars, bro. I didn't know I was going to paint cars. I thought I was going to be like a mechanic or something, right? Yeah. Because I didn't really think about, the thing about collision is you don't think about collision until you're in a collision. You don't think about accidents until you're in an accident. That's why it's called accident, you know? But people always think automotive, directly think mechanic, right? You think a mechanic or something like that.
I think it's still swinging, bro.
Still swinging, baby. It's all about still swinging. But yeah, that was my mindset. I just kind of fell into collision, like off of, you know, series of unfortunate events, right? Yeah. I fell into it off a series of events.
And you fell in love with the industry.
It was so cool. It was so cool to see the cars, to see the paint jobs, to see the clients' reactions after their cars are done. Yeah. Right. Those are all things that I go after. And then to see how people seek after you for repairs was fulfilling for me. Yeah. So, you know, my suggestion to anybody that wants to get into anything they do, make sure it's something you love and that you'd be willing to do for free.
So I like that you said that because I was going to say, you know how people say, you hear all the things online. Everyone says how to do something, right? There's always like the guru or the coach or mentor of how to do something, and which is cool. Like you said, it works for certain people. You got to pick what works for you. And like you said, is you got to be willing to do it for free, because I believe, this is my own belief, is there's that saying is, if you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
I don't believe that, because I believe if you do what you love to do, you'll be willing to almost die for it. Mm-hmm. You'll be willing to like work your butt off for it. You'll be willing, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it looks ugly, doesn't look pretty, like you're saying, because especially as an entrepreneur, you have employees. Yeah. You have bills. You have to bill, you got payables, receivables. I don't know what you call them. Billables, payables. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't get paid on time. Sometimes they hold back your checks. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need that for payroll, mm-hmm. right? And it gets hard. Yeah. You got a nice story, or it's just like grueling, like, man, this is getting real hard. Yeah. Do you got one?
Don't all businesses?
Yeah, I want to hear yours. We want to hear yours.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what Stilswang's doing. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do, but we don't. We never heard it from you.
Right.
Here.
So, our industry is insurance driven. The industry I'm in is insurance driven. So you wreck your car, you call your insurance company, you go to a shop, they recommend or they don't recommend. Yeah. Most insurance companies recommend shops, right? So when you recommend a shop to your policyholder, you most likely you're going to go there unless you've been educated somewhere else or you had a bad experience at the last place the insurance company recommended. Yeah. Right. But the way the insurance game works is unless you have a direct relationship with that insurance company, they're not going to pay you right away. So a lot of our repairs are done sometimes before we even get paid, or maybe we've been paid a portion, right? Insurance companies, like, dude, we're in the age of transferring funds digitally like that. Yeah. But very few insurance companies want to transfer money like that. They want to send you a check in the mail, two-party check.
So old school,
two-party check, right? Or sometimes your client like has a three-party check, which is you, the loan company, and the insured, right?
Is it and or
yeah.
and or?
Yeah, no, it's and.
Oh, you gotta have everybody's signatures.
Oh my gosh, bro, it's a nightmare. Like, they do everything they can to not let small independent shops like me fix cars.
Is that what it is?
Straight up.
Oh wow.
Straight up, bro. They ain't interested in me.
See, now we're getting juicy.
Insurance companies are not interested in body shops like mine.
That's crazy, because they're getting paid. The big boys are like in their pants.
Yeah, dude. So big guys are necessary. It's necessary in business. Yeah. So my stick, right? You heard me say, you heard me say earlier, I'm not gonna hate on anybody, because I'm not, because I don't care. Yeah. Like, I don't put that much energy into hating on people. I really don't, bro. Yeah. Because I have other things to worry about, and I would never give you that much of my energy. Okay. Right? Do I dislike the game? For sure, but it's a game, bro. You can get out whenever you want. Yep. Get the fuck out.
You chose it.
You don't like the game, get the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
But this is the game.
Yeah.
The game is to get all the collision jobs at those big box store repair centers. Period, bro. Not one of those CEOs, marketing, whoever they have in their corner could tell me otherwise. And as a business, that's smart of them to do that, right? If I was at some multi-billion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar insurance or collision firm that's multinational out of Canada and America, I would do my very best to get every insurance company in my pocket as well. Yeah, right? Of course. That's what they did. Yeah. So that's what they did. They found that the insurance collision repair game is a huge market, and they're going to capitalize on it. So it's best to go directly to the insurance companies who have other CEOs who are in the same bracket as them and get these deals hammered out.
Of course.
I'll work, there's some big insurance companies that have literally told me, "Oh, sorry, Ryan, we're not looking to do any more business with shops. We're in national contract deals with so-and-so box store collision." Yeah. It's like, well, I'm still going to get your clients. Yeah, but we don't have any interest in working with you.
So that's what you're saying is you've went to them and said, "Hey, can I be your like an authorized collision center for you guys rather than XYZ?"
Yeah, and the reason that that's twofold, right? The reason I want to do that is, some guys in the industry will tell me, "Oh, Ryan, you shouldn't go that route. You can make money other ways." And you're right. I can make money other ways. I can make money like I'm doing right now and getting on podcasts, running my social media page, and making the client aware.
Yeah.
But I also understand that the insurance company has a lot of power within our game. And I need to have healthy conversations with them to potentially get their business, if not now, in the future.
Yeah.
Right? But that always doesn't happen. You know, they're not willing to talk to guys like us. They have their deal that they're getting 30% tax break on, or not tax break. They're getting a 30% price break on off rip.
Yep.
And these shops are under contract to put all counterfeit parts on your vehicle. They have to by contract.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're saving 30%.
And in the fine print of the insurance policy that you signed, you're giving them authorization.
Bro, I'm going to check mine.
To put counterfeit parts on your vehicle. Do I need to repeat that?
Hey, you want to know something that's crazy?
It's in your contract that you allow your insurance company to put counterfeit parts on your vehicle. Period.
China made.
Not even China, bro.
Wherever the hell it's
I'm talking
made.
like Taiwan.
Well, Taiwan, I like Taiwan, bro.
Right, but it's not American, bro.
No, I know.
You're driving a Ford.
Yeah.
And you found out your F450 that costs $125,000, it got a Taiwan fender on it.
Yeah, that's like half
right?
crooked, don't have the same clips
or
and stuff.
Or aftermarket radiator, AC condensers and fans.
When it's
right?
it's out, it's subject to fail. It's subject to fail.
So these companies have built a whole market off of the fine print that you signed.
Let me ask you a question. So that you're saying that, does that ruin the warranty? Say you get in an accident and they put like new radiator, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Does that mess up the whole overall warranty of the vehicle? Like, they won't warranty those parts no more, right? Especially if they're aftermarket.
Yeah. So, are you talking like manufacturer?
Yeah.
So, like, say you have a manufacturer warranty on your vehicle, you paid extra for it. Yeah, they ain't gonna warranty that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to the body shop and get the warranty.
But
and
if you put in like OEM parts, would they warranty that? Because it becomes part of the car again.
Yeah,
right?
because it's an OEM part.
Yeah. So basically, people that are allowing this to happen are freaking like, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Because now we have a vehicle with a warranty less the parts that are being installed. So something crazy. I just thought about this. So we have a Defender, right? I wish I would have went to you.
Yeah.
We took it to Land Rover. We've been waiting for like 5 months, bro, for one part.
Yeah.
One part.
Yeah.
One part. So we got hit. My wife got hit on the side by our neighbors.
Oh man.
Wait, like on the freeway, we're far out, but our neighbors right here,
God.
they hit her. So we've been waiting for literally like 5 months for this one part, bro, and we can't get it fixed. What happens in that type of situation?
Yeah. So it's a Land Rover.
Land Rover Defender.
Yeah. Land Rovers are interesting vehicles. The newer ones, it's probably aluminum.
Yep.
That's probably what they're having an issue.
That's all aluminum.
Yeah. So aluminum vehicles are new to the market, but not like, they're not that new. Anyways, people have been making aluminum parts for a long time.
Yeah.
Fords were aluminum, right? And now they're putting aluminum on those Defenders. So whatever part it is, it's probably an aluminum part, and aluminum is really hard to repair. It's like a soda pop can, bro. You crush that, you're never gonna pull it back out and make it straight again.
Yeah,
right?
you have to change it out.
So you gotta change it out. But Land Rover is kind of like a unique vehicle where there's not a lot of parts availability in general.
Yeah, because they're not selling as much.
Yeah, so you would probably have to special order that part, and if the dealer can't get their hands on that part, then they have to special order it from England, right? Or wherever the vehicle's made.
Yeah.
I think Land Rover is a Jaguar. I don't know.
They own the same company.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Jaguars? Jaguars have Ford wiring harnesses in them.
No, Land Rovers had a lot of Ford parts too.
Yeah. So that's funny. I'm super American, so I'm like, forget the British, bro. F them fools. All right, I'm American.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, you'll have a hard time getting those parts for those type of vehicles.
Yeah.
And that happens, bro. That happens. It was worse during COVID.
Yeah.
It was worse during COVID.
That's the only thing. That's
down.
something about the cars from like you said, from Europe.
Yeah.
Like you get into this is not an exotic car, but you get into exotic cars. There's a lot less parts. It's long wait. 5 months, dude. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Land Rover's not a super popular vehicle.
Yeah.
There's more Mercedes-Benz than there is Land Rover. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right? So you have to understand, like, that's a niche car, right? And those parts are going to be niche available, right? So unfortunately, in your situation, you crashed a car where parts aren't very readily available.
We won't buy one again, bro.
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
What are you driving today?
I drive a GMC 2500.
Big lifted?
No, it's stock.
Okay.
It's stock. Yeah, 24 GMC Denali truck.
Do you get like in the collision world, do you get a lot of cars that maybe they leave there and you sell it, you turn around and sell it or anything like that?
I try not to, man. I try not to do that game because I want to stay focused on repairing cars.
Yeah.
But I do get every once in a while an insurance company will say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay your storage rates. Keep the car."
Really?
Oh yeah, they'll do that, man.
And then you just gotta sell
and
it.
they'll just leave it. Dude. Yeah. Insurance companies are trash.
You're like
that's
that
sometimes.
free 10 Gs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in the storage game, right? But if a car totals out and the insurance company drags their feet to get the vehicle removed off my lot, we charge storage.
Yeah.
Because we're not a parking lot.
Yeah, our van got totaled, right?
Yeah, your van got totaled.
Did they let you have it? Because I'll go back and get that thing.
I know, right? No, they ended up taking it.
Did they?
Yeah, they took it. They were easy to work with. Most insurance companies are easy to work with, but some of the top players are not easy to work with.
I need to get some new vans, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Those Dodge.
You're going to buy another Dodge?
Yeah, I want to buy 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I've been looking.
Yeah.
So I like it though. So like people that want to get into this game, is it hard? Like you said you were 10 years in your garage.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? Like working from your house garage?
Yeah.
I mean, how was that? Was that rough on your marriage? You have customers over. How was that?
Before we move on, I just want to let the record know, Stilswang wants to work with all insurance companies.
Yeah.
We do. We're going to get all your clients anyways. We want to work with all of you guys. So I don't want y'all to think that I don't want to work with you. I do. But there's, other players in the game that need to be fed, obviously, before us. Right? But our clients are still going to come to us and get their cars fixed by us. And we're still going to run a 5.0 customer survey rate with them. We're still going to kill it. And we're going to outperform your box stores until it's inevitable that you come to our doors.
Yeah.
And that's the game. I'm going to keep playing that game.
And it's going to go from 3-party check to
direct deposit.
ACH.
Yeah, straight in, man. Straight in. I'm not here for a short time. We're here for a long time. We're gonna build this sucker out. But I know it takes time, bro. This stuff doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, because when people look at you, they're like, man, he's killing the game.
Yeah.
They don't know that you, like you said, like I didn't know you were in your garage forever. You know.
Yeah.
How we started at our house. How was that? How was that journey?
Yeah. So we should probably start to how I got into that. So in it was like 2009, 2010, Arizona, the Phoenix metropolitan area had a huge hailstorm. Okay.
I remember that, bro.
Hail came through and smashed our valley, bro.
Everywhere.
Smashed our valley. So,
hey, do you remember the dealerships and stuff? Besides the houses with broken windows, the dealerships, like every car was just.
So I had been working at a dealership at that time here in town. Shout out to Collision Center of Peoria. I worked for them for many years. Anyways, I was there when the hail hit, and I saw how these shops went from making $500,000 a month, $600,000 a month to like 1.2 million a month, 1.4 million a month in those damage claims, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was experiencing that, right? Homes were experiencing roof damage, window damage, all types of damage. So I just happened to be in a service repair game, right? And I saw the potential. So when the hail hit, I saw how much all those body shops were making. I was like, what am I doing? Like something just clicked in me. Like I need to do this for myself. I can't keep working for these fools.
Yeah.
I think there comes a point at least for me, in my life, there came a point as a man that I was like, I don't want to take orders from another man. Period.
Yeah.
That I don't feel has the authority to give me orders, right? So that's back to my, being American, right? I think it's instilled in all Americans to not want to take orders like that, right? So I went and no worries. I went and jumped online, opened up an LLC, and used the name Stilswang, and started it in 2010. And I wanted to just do a little science experiment. Let me see how much work I could generate out of my garage. let me advertise. Let me tell my whole network of people that, you know, they know I paint cars already.
Yeah.
That I can paint cars at my house. I can fix your car at my house. And that's when I started, you know, in 2010, that's when I started to get serious, right? But I was I was still working for big body shops. So I would still work for a body shop from like 7 to 7, 7 to 8 every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes weekends. But I would always come home and work on my stuff after hours. Like that's how much time it took. I never spent my whole life just working for them. I always put a couple hours in on myself.
Nice.
You know, always put a couple hours in on my own craft. And it was real, like, it was real garage stuff, right? Like you're in your garage, you're not super professional. It was all of that. Everything you could think of about some guy fixing cars in his garage, I was that guy, right?
How long were you working the job and at night working?
Up until I got my own brick and mortar.
Oh, okay.
Straight
So you
up.
never went straight up
No.
like by yourself in the garage?
No. I had been fired, you know, a couple times, and then went and survived off work in my garage. But I always ended up going back to the body shop because I could just never gain enough traction out of my garage.
Yeah, yeah.
And the switch flipped was, you know, shortly after I had met my wife. I was still in the garage working on cars, and she had told me, you know, you're fixing all these guys' cars, Ryan. Why don't you have them leave you a Google review?
Yeah.
Like why?
The good old wife.
Why are you
wisdom.
fixing? Why are you fixing people's cars and they're not telling nobody about you? Have them leave a Google review for you, and see what happens. And I was like, dang, all right, fuck, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Right. So she, you know, pushed me like, go get them, get the Google reviews, right? Because she knew I wasn't going to stop working in my garage. She knew I was going to still, and that was hard, right? I've missed tons of vacations. I've missed tons of birthday parties. I missed tons of events like that young people usually experience because I was so dedicated to my craft. Like during my 20s, I was hustling in my garage, bro.
Yeah.
Hustling in my garage and missed out on a lot of cool things. I don't regret it at all. But that's part of that, you know, circle back to what we talked about earlier. You got to put in the work, bro.
Yeah.
You got to sacrifice, bro. You got to sacrifice those good times. You got to know that what you're doing is going to pay off one day. But sometimes you got to say no to the homie that wants to go to the bar.
Yeah, totally.
You got to say no to the homie that wants to hit up the candy store. Even though I have frequent that place before. I have. But sometimes you got to show resistance, you know, and work on your own. But when we started having Google reviews left is when I started to gain some traction.
Nice.
Right. But it still took many, many, many years after that to finally get into my own brick and mortar. But what happened was people would leave me Google reviews, and then people would show up to my house when I'm at work, and my wife's like,
"Oh, they were trying to hire you."
Like someone's at the house, Ryan. Like they're trying to get work done. What did I tell them? I'm like, oh shit, tell them to come back later. You know,
yeah.
So super unprofessional, right? But still, like I listed my house on Google. But shout out to Google though, man, because that's a great tool. It helped us tremendously, man. Any business owner out there, I don't care what you do, bro. You got a cookie shop in the mall. Like you're selling staples. I don't care what you do, bro. You need to market yourself online. Whether that's social media, podcast,
everything, bro. Today it's everything.
Whatever you can get your hands on, get it there, because they're not going to find you any other way.
No, it's true. And not only that is like, in today's world, the website is probably one of the least seen things today.
For sure.
You know, Google, they're gonna check you out. They're not even gonna look at your website.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at your pictures attached to Google, your reviews, like you said, right? Your address, where you at? Are you close, right? Social media, they're gonna be like, what is this guy doing, or this woman, or whatever they are. Like these are the keys. And I think you need to be proud of what you're doing. If you're in business to make money and to service someone, something, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, whether you're baking cookies or fixing vehicles, you know, auto body, you have to be proud of what you're doing and be able to post that. You should be able, like, if you're not advertising yourself and saying you're the best, even if you're not the best, you shouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean? I remember when I was younger, dude, I started 2009, and I would go around saying I was the best, dude, and I didn't know anything. I mean, I still don't know anything, but I would say like, I'm the best. I'm the best at this. I'm the best at that. I believed it. Right. And that's what gave me the confidence to walk through those doors and get into those meetings and to get in front of the people, you know, to say, hey, yeah, I'm the best. Let me prove it. And I just knew I had to work a little harder to create that moment for them. Like you're saying, is I just knew I had to do a few things, you know, and I knew, and the first thing I would do, and this is something for the audience who's watching, is ask your customer what it is they don't like right up front, because now you know how to make them happy. Yeah. Just do the damn opposite. Yeah. It's so hard. People get that wrong. They try to make them like something that they don't like. Just figure out what it is people do not like and do the opposite, and you'll crush it. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I like the story of the garage. I remember that hailstorm. Yeah. That was insane. Yeah. I think that was some government caused stuff, bro. That was like, did you watch that thing in Abu Dhabi or Dubai or whatever when it was raining really bad?
Yeah, the cloud seeding thing.
Like, like a month ago, whatever. Yeah. Dude, that wasn't the hell. It was crazy. Yeah. But I remember my wife, she had, it just started. She was going to get the kids in school, and she left, and it was just coming down hail, big old golf balls. We never had it here in Arizona. We still haven't had it here in Arizona. Yeah. And just and she left, dude. I'm like, holy shit. So I left after her. Yeah. You know, and everything was just destroyed. It was about 4 hours, 2 hours and 2 hours or something, whatever. Yeah. And it just destroyed everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Roofs, everything, like broken windows, stucco broken, cars destroyed. Yeah.
It reminds us that the earth doesn't care about us.
It's just, we're just here, bro. We're here.
We're here for a short time, man.
Yeah, we're here.
The earth is going to keep continuing.
Yeah. It's Mother Nature, bro. Yeah. Mother Nature. Yeah. It's gonna, were you doing dentless repair too?
No, I don't do any.
There was a lot of those guys.
Yeah. There's storm chasers. There's guys that build whole businesses off just chasing storms.
And auto body and construction. Sure. Yeah. Like the roofers do a lot of that storm chasing.
Yeah, we had a lot of guys from out of town come in and get jobs at body shops, you know, chasing storms and stuff. Yep. Some of them stayed, some of them left, you know. Yeah. But yeah, those guys are out there, right? Yeah.
So how long you been in the brick and mortar shop right there where you're at? You're close to Indian School and like 27th, somewhere in that area.
I'm right off I-17 to Indian School, over off of like 23rd Avenue in Indian School. Yeah. I've been at that brick and mortar. I got the keys December 2020. Nice. Yeah, is when we moved in over there. Left my garage. I left during COVID. I was working at a body shop in town, and COVID hit. And I had my wife got sick like everybody else. Everybody got sick, right? My wife got sick. And I had young kids. I couldn't go to work, and ended up, not being able to go to work when they wanted me to. So, lost that job. So I was worried at first, but I'm like, I got like $50,000 in process at my house. Fuck am I worried about? Yeah. I'm just going to take it and run. And me and my wife, we found this building and we put our money in on it, put everything we had, bro, doubled down.
Does she work with you?
She does not. She, thank God for my wife, she homeschools our kids.
Nice. She's taking care of the fort.
Bro, like, not to get tailored off too far, but the school systems are effed up, bro.
Oh, they're screwed up, bro.
And
we pulled our kids too.
I'm like beyond grateful. Like the turnaround that my wife's been able to have on our kids is incredible. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a reflection on us, bro. Because you put children, like you have children, and to not look at it like a job too much, but essentially you're creating a human being, bro, and you want them to be educated enough and smart enough and have a good conscience and have good morals and be able to make tough decisions. But being in that type of atmosphere, my kids ain't gonna make it, bro, because I barely made it. And I was in North Phoenix, upper this, upper that, right? But I was still involved in horrible shit, bro. Horrible shit that nobody has business being involved in at that age. And then I could see how, being an adult now, how these type of environments, make kids tailor off, bro.
Yeah. But what's crazy is that you don't have to not only worry about that environment, you got to worry about the internal environment of the school system itself. Correct. You like when my kids are a little bit older, my youngest is 15, and we weren't worried about the students. we're worried about her principals and teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the system itself. Like
sure.
that was the scary part.
Yeah.
What are they actually showing our kids?
Yeah, bro.
What are they exposing them to?
You don't know, bro. You literally just drop your kids off.
Yeah.
And hope they come home.
Yeah, not screwed up.
You know, hope that they don't have an interaction at school with you not there, right? That's not cool, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, luckily for us, the business is doing well, and you know, my wife is a crucial part of that, right? So
Nice.
she takes care of our children, and if the business wasn't doing well, you know, we would be hustling and making sure it did, right? But the business is doing good, and
What a blessing.
And we're fortunate enough that my wife has enough, you know, patience and time to put into our kids, and she's really committed to that, and for us that it works out well.
What's huge, like you said, like patience and time. Only mothers can have that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some fathers that have to do it, but
Yeah.
mothers, you know, a good mother, you know, will do that. I'm kind of glad you said that though, that you pulled them out of the public school, because she's gonna show them the different things.
Yeah.
You know, and then she can pick the curriculum.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which curriculum she wants to teach them from. You know, what depending on the system. What kind of online schooling are you guys doing?
She handles all. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah. How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
So I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I have he'll be 9 in a couple days.
Nice.
And then 8-year-old. I'm sorry, 7-year-old.
So, yeah, I like it. Yeah,
so 2 boys, 2 younger boys, and then an older daughter.
We pulled them out. We tried.
But for the record, my older daughter is still attending public school, but she'll be a senior.
That's okay.
She was like, I ain't pulling out of school, right? But
she had a friend.
She was in already.
Yeah.
She did cheer. She's super involved with that. So she's be graduating soon from high school.
Nice. Yeah, we did. We pulled them out, and then we tried a Christian school. Mm-hmm. That didn't work too good. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up going into an ASU program. Mm-hmm. ASU has online schooling for grade school, high school. All that
wow.
Stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No, it's really good because with ASU, you can get, if you get the kids in the high school program, they can take college courses while they're in high school. And so you can do that in high school. People are like, you can do that in any high school. You can. Yeah. But most high schools, it's only community college or Rio Salado.
Right.
Like those are the college programs. Mm-hmm. ASU, you literally take ASU courses.
Yeah. And you get credit for that?
You get credit for it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So my my oldest that just graduated, she took the courses, and Gigi too took the courses to ASU while they're in high school.
Yeah.
And then my oldest went to ASU, and the next one, Gigi, she ended up transferring her credits to Grand Canyon University when she started her freshman year, and then Lena, which is the oldest, transferred to Grand Canyon, transferred all her ASU credits.
Yeah.
So like got legit university credits.
Yeah.
Through the ASU online high school.
Yeah.
It was freaking cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's a good program for anyone trying to homeschool.
Yeah.
Because I think homeschooling is the next thing.
My wife pulls the whole curriculum offline. She's involved with a couple different groups that facilitate the curriculum.
That's a lot of work, bro.
But yeah, thank God for her.
Yeah. So, man, I'm glad you're doing good.
Yeah.
Because we work our butts off. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure like your biggest motivation, I would think, is for your family. Yeah. Your wife, your children, teach everyone around you. I'm a big proponent of mine is have everyone grow. Right. Everyone's growing. Let's grow. Let's grow together. Yeah, different levels, but let's keep growing. Yep.
Agreed, man. Agreed.
And that's how I want people around us is to keep growing. You know what I mean? So do you pay attention to anything like in the financial sector or any kind of political things, or do you pay are you watching with the stocks? Do you pay attention to any kind of stocks or you got the interest rates going up or anything like that? Do you follow all that stuff?
I can. Yeah. I mean, I am aware of what the situation is. Yeah, I think I'm a little more darker than that. I don't like the surface level things like that. Okay. I'm just a follow the money guy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't get involved. Like we could talk about it, but in the end, I'm going to ask, well, where's the money going though?
Yeah. Who's supporting it? Who's paying for everything?
Where's the money coming from? Yeah. Right. That's all. It's not saying that's what I care about. Yeah. This is a game, right? Yeah. Just talk about this is a game. Yeah. Whether it's political, stocks, anything you're in, bro. Construction, automotive, it's all a game, bro.
Yeah.
You don't like it, get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the game on that platform or that, stage is follow the money, right?
Yeah.
So I just follow the money.
Yeah.
We're in fucking trillions of dollars of debt. Who do we owe?
Yeah.
Who do you owe, bro?
What do you
Right?
what do you think, like, I tell people, there's so much talk about who to vote for, the political, where you stand political wise, like you're Democrat, Republican, this, that, whatever. And I always tell people, well, I lean to the Republican side, and because of how I live my life, do you believe like you should like look at your political view should be how you live your life, or should it be like depending on who the person is running for, say, the presidency or the governor or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have very many political choices though.
Not today.
Right?
Yeah.
You have two choices.
Yeah.
And you have an independent vote. But I think that as Americans, we've kind of gotten away from the understanding that what it means to be American. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially the last couple of years.
You don't have to vote for them fools. But we don't have enough people that want to get off that train. People like choices, and they like being given directions on what to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I hate to circle back, but that's why people take their cars to box collision centers. It's because the insurance company tells you what to do, and you just feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's less I got to. If I don't have to think, I'll make the decision. Right. That's how most people operate. It's just what I feel.
I would agree.
Right. So we have these fools running for president. I don't care who you vote for. Vote for whoever you want, bro. I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
I told you earlier, like, I don't waste my time worrying about it.
Yeah.
I just follow the money. Right? Who's backing who? Right? Who wants to pay for the war machine?
Yeah.
Who wants to pay it? Drums are beating, bro. Every day the drums are beating.
Yeah.
Who you want to pay for? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get involved in that. People are going to go to war. People are going to kill each other. People are going to die all day. But I don't think that any of those people on our political stage represent who we are as Americans.
So what do we do?
That might represent who we were in the past.
Possibly.
But we ain't that way right now.
Yeah.
The internet, social media, the way we consume information has changed the political landscape forever. Our perceptions, the youth's perception of political, like that whole game it'll never be the same. It'll never be what our parents thought it was, right? So the only way we can change what's going on in the political avenues is if we vote a different way.
Do we think we you think we even have a chance to vote?
But even then, bro, even if you try to vote a different way, there's so many people, dude.
Do you think the vote even counts?
I mean, I want to say it does, bro.
Well, why do they have a popular vote and an electoral vote?
Yeah. I mean, schemes, bro.
And then
Follow the money,
they
bro.
pick which one they want to win at that time.
Schemes, bro. It's all schemes. It's all a game, bro.
Yeah.
It's all a game, right? In the end, it's just to put up a facade you have people to point blame at.
Yeah.
You have the managers in the front, right? The manager is in the front. Complain to him. It's his fault.
Yeah.
But there's people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's people behind the scenes giving government aid packages to countries right after our tax deadline.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not by coincidence, bro. So I don't care, bro. I don't care. Literally don't care. Even if you tell me you lean left or right. Cool, bro.
Yeah.
Are you healthy? How's your mom? Do you have kids? Is everybody taken care of in your family?
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Right?
Right.
That's, to me, is what's important. But we're going to see slowly our fabrics being eroded and eroded and eroded. I mean, there's books on this stuff. I mean, there's George Orwell's 1984, right? There's all different types of information that you could have out there about, the situation that we're in now and the series of events that led up to it.
But totally. Yeah.
In the end, you guys, whatever way you vote, it's not going to change how much money we're in debt. And who are we in debt to? It doesn't matter. You want to choose red or white, abortion or no, Israel money or no, F Russia or no. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. It's never going to change how much money is owed. So focus on that, because that's how they'll get us, bro. And that's how they got us. They got all of us like that. They got us pretending that those fools matter when it's really just about the money, bro. Because that's how they control all of us.
Yeah. And I think it starts
and I tell you, and I don't mean to get so dark deep, bro. I pay attention. That's my train of thought.
Yeah.
That's my train of thought.
Yeah. I like it. No, it's true. You know, focus on the money. I think though, my personal opinion is we got to pay attention a little bit. Not too much where it kind of messes up, you know, your psyche and, you know, you're going down this deep hole and you're not, you know, some people get confused real quick, right? When there's too much information. But I think the reason why I like to pay attention is because I'm concerned about my grandchildren. Yeah. You know, if they will have a chance, you know, what do I need to do today for tomorrow's generation? You know, and I think everyone should think that way, because if everyone does their best today, then we will be good tomorrow. You know, it's when you start getting all crazy and, you know, changing your body figure and your gender and you're just doing weird stuff, right? That's not normal. And you know, going to different wars and doing stupid stuff, because that same stuff that our country's doing, people do. You know, we go to battle with certain things. We overspend on certain ways. We do these certain things in our own lives, right? And so if we look at our lives and say, well, where can we fix those things? If everyone did it, the problem is everyone don't do it. Like you said, there's too many people want to be told what to do. That's where the problem lies. That's it, bro. There's too many people that want to be told what to do. They want to be suppressed. They want to be given a handout. They want their college paid for. And that's where the trouble lies. That's where, and then you get you and I that work our butts off. That are like, well, what the hell's going on over there? And then you got to keep paying extra money. You know, so that's where it gets a little confusing. But I like it, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
It was good. You know, I like learning about you. The whole collision industry. I mean, it's done well for you, and I think other people that want to get into it, they can just follow you and kind of blueprint what you did.
This is no secrets. There's no secrets here.
Well, there's none, because all it is work your ass off.
Put in the time, bro. You want to put in the time, you'll get it, bro. You'll get it.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. But you should probably work for somebody for a while to figure out how to do it, bro.
So you got one nugget for the audience, you know, something for that young entrepreneur, that young leader that wants to be an entrepreneur, or maybe they're going from, you know, just from normal worker to a boss, a manager, whatever position that is, you know, what would you say to that person?
My biggest piece of advice to anybody would be is work as many jobs as you can.
Okay.
Work as many jobs as you can, doing as many different things as you can until you find out one thing that sticks.
Okay.
That's it, bro.
All right.
That's it. But you can't find out what you want unless you go through experiences.
Okay.
You need experiences, bro. And I think that you should be involved in all different types of businesses so that you can find out what sticks, bro. You never know what you know until you're exposed to it. Yeah, you never know. Like, I didn't know I was going to do collision, bro. I thought I was going to do mechanics.
Thank God for that freaking shooter.
Thank God for those kids that being stupid.
Shot at you.
Yeah. Shot my car up, right?
Ryan, so where can our audience follow you?
Yeah, so you can follow us at Stilswang Collision. So Stilswang Collision, everything, bro. It's all Stilswang Collision. And
he's local here in Phoenix, Arizona. He's off of 23rd, 24th and Indian School.
Correct.
He's got a nice shop. He'll take in your vehicles, and they'll do a really good job. Thank you for coming on the show, bro.
You got it. You too, brother.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. Be blessed.